Thank you. It's Artie Valenzuela. You're listening to the It Can't Be That Bad podcast. I said that right?
Yeah.
Yes. And I hope you guys can come out on May 4th, 2025 at 7 p.m. at Sac Punchline. I have my show, Everybody Eats with Artie Valenzuela. Headliners, Andrew Orofo. I have a bunch of guests that are going to smash. It's going to be a great time. May 4th at the Sacramento Punchline. Tickets available, punchlinesac.com.
It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad. Can you parallel park?
Fuck no, dude. My wife can. She's really good at it, but like I'm always intimidated by parallel parking, especially if someone's there. Like if there's a witness.
That's the worst.
It's the worst feeling.
Like
dude.
if
oh my God.
if there's a parallel parking spot available in front of the restaurant that I have reservations at, I'm parking a city over.
Yeah, dude. It's what's crazy is that my wife hates driving too, so I'm always the driver. And she understands it, but I internally haven't accepted that that's just what I need to do to feel better. So I'll be frustrated like fuck trying to get that spot.
Yeah. Do you ever get out of the car and kind of gauge where you're at and help you out?
I haven't lately. I do remember like in college when we would be dating and whatnot, and me feeling just so insecure and having her go out and then be frustrated like, am I close or not? Like taking it out on her.
Well, I would be I don't get frustrated. My fiance just gets embarrassed because I tell her go outside and tell me if I'm
you're
close.
Okay. You're cool with it.
I mean, my ego is far removed from a lot of things,
That
right?
is
Like I already
as fuck.
You look at me, it doesn't look like I'm good at a lot of things. But so I tell her, so right now the bar's low.
Okay.
I'm not disappointing anyone.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm just exceeding expectations, right?
Oh my God.
So, but she's the one that gets embarrassed of me. So when she goes outside of the cars to tell me if I'm close to the curb, she's the one that says, fuck it, let's just park somewhere else because it's taking too long for me to parallel park.
I think I relate to your wife more, or your fiance more than you, because that ego part, dude, you hit it on the fucking nail, because I was literally a topic at therapy recently. Like
shit.
Knowing like I gotta get rid of the ego, you know what I mean? Because I think that's a part of the pride and and that's what leads to the embarrassment and the insecurities. It's like, dude, you're trying to just fucking park. Like all of that complex thought into I'm just trying to park. Like, why are you making this a huge deal?
We're just trying to put a car from here to there.
Yeah,
you know,
it's difficult for everyone.
I've always thought, how come they never invented cars where the wheels just turn so perpendicular to the car, where you could just go like that?
Yeah.
What cars?
It's called a crab walk. You never seen that commercial when they're in the fucking Sahara Desert and they're all like fucking dancing, doing the cha-cha with the car?
What cars do this? Wait.
I'm not a car guy.
It's a feature called the crab walk?
Yeah, it's called crab walk. Like the what you're saying, the wheels fucking transformer into, so it could just go.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, that's
the
what we should...
self-park shit. It's all self-parking.
We should put money into that instead of like these backup cameras. You got a backup camera?
I do have a backup camera, and it's made me handicapped.
Oh, you're kind of spoiled now.
Oh, dude. When I don't have it and I have to turn, I realize that my back is too tight and I can't turn anymore, and I realize I have to stretch.
Damn, dude. Wow, that's what happened.
How did you learn how to drive? Did people like put you behind the wheel and like?
My dad put me behind the wheel.
Yeah. So you had like a sit down. Like, was it calm?
Yeah, my dad is generally calm about
Yeah.
it. I'm assuming that you had an aggressive.
It was
teacher?
a little bit aggressive. Yeah. The only ones, like, I remember I had a bunch of multiple chefs in the kitchen with this dude, because I was one of the first kids to get the license in the family. So it was like, get your license so you can finally drive me to places.
Yeah.
Or drive yourself
big deal.
to places. Oh my God. So I had multiple people just screaming at me, but my grandpa was a big one, but he was like he used to get mad too. He had a lot of, he was a National Park Service guy. So he drove a lot of those 18 wheelers. So he was a guy who's like, you need to plan your drive 3 miles ahead, or no, 4 miles ahead, get in the lane, blah, blah, blah. Fucking
That's
critique
so
you.
specific.
Oh, dude.
No one drives like that now.
Oh, so that's the problem, is that I have that in the back of my head and I'm like echoing all my grandpa's shit, and my wife hates it because I'm just critiquing everybody on the road. Look at this motherfucker trying to get over here. And look,
Oh, you got road rage?
It's better. It's better, but it definitely, my wife has told me that it's bad and that I need to address it. Because it's not so much like I'm getting into fights or like actually mad. I think it's just the fact that I'm so hyper focused on critiquing everybody on the road.
Because I don't really get road rage at all, because if someone cuts me off or someone's driving slow, I'm like, I've been there before. I'm probably that guy.
Good for you, man.
And so I'm just like, hey, why? It'd be super hypocritical of me to criticize this person, because I've done way worse, man.
See, that's how I know I'm fucked up, because I have that feeling too. Like I just recently had this revelation that I'm an empath who gets stressed out easily. So like, and my wife's been in law school and it's been a hell of a fucking ride. So
if someone you just absorb all the energy around you then, and then it stresses you out.
Yeah, dude. Again, the therapy, please go to therapy, everybody.
Yeah.
It's been great to kind of realize it. And the best part of it is something that's kind of been my moniker. It was even, podcast titles, dude. I was running through them, dude. So I had the Commuting with McFly, and then one of the last installments, and I just brought it back for that solo one, is Laugh at Yourself. And that's been kind of like my phrase, because that part I probably couldn't have done until this point in my life, if that makes sense. Like, even when I first started stand-up, I thought I was laughing at myself, but I was so insecure and like uptight, you know what I mean? And trying to be cool in my own way. Like I reverted back to high school trying to do stand-up. So like right now is probably the best point that I've had so far in stand-up, where I'm more aware of what the fuck I am on stage. Like before, I just try to be the cool guy who's funny, if that makes sense.
It never works out that way with any type of performer. Like it's super cliche, but like, be yourself, right?
Yeah.
But it's normal to start off everything with insecure. Like it's okay to be insecure, because that's kind of what got us into these stages, or onto these stages, into these rooms. Because otherwise, I mean, we all get into performing because we're trying to just like fill this void that we couldn't fill as a kid, right?
Yeah. I mean, dude, so I had a weird route to it. I was always on stage growing up. Like I went to Dan Minnie in Vallejo. Okay. And I did a play in like 4th grade. And then 5th grade, I was one of the dudes who did speeches at the end of the year. And middle school, I did all the rallies and like lunchtime things. I always had a mic.
How did you fall into that? Was there a sign-up sheet in the 4th grade where you like, I could make, you said in the 5th grade you did a speech at the end of the year?
Yeah, well, that one is like a graduation,
For 5th graders.
For 5th graders.
They had, I don't remember
we had
a 5th grader.
Three people do speeches, and I was one of them. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was a thing.
It probably wasn't.
Dude, can you imagine a 10-year-old standing in front of like dear class of whatever, 2005.
And I didn't have good grades. That's the part, like that was the weird part. It's not like I was up there for an achievement. I forget why I got up there, but it was something where I did like a little speech, and then middle school, did all the lunchtime rallies, and I did a speech there. High school, I was in leadership. It was all leadership.
Dude, you're like a grade school politician, just up in front of these
because
people.
I didn't do things to benefit anybody else.
That's what I'm saying. A grade school politician. Now, if we're talking about politicians.
I was really just trying to be cool in front of girls.
Yeah, come on.
It was me and my homie Isaiah. We were just trying to do quote unquote cool shit, and we even like sang at one of the lunches during like Valentine's Day. Like we were just trying to do leadership shit that would make us look like we were doing shit, even though there was leadership people actually doing all the production. But we were just the people on the mic.
Such an active grade schooler you were, man. That's insane. And so that kind of
in the extracurriculars, that's about it. Like,
did you get nervous? Were you like nervous at first to get up on stage as a kid, or do you think like you kind of just overcome that fear?
It was always on. like a sports kind of deal. Like the nerves were always there, and they still are now.
Okay.
Especially now that I'm fucking dealing with anxiety, it's always there. But it is kind of like you can understand this, dude. Like like in the tunnel kind of feeling. Mm-hmm. Like you're nervous going out, but you still gotta go out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And play a song. You said you're in marching band, so like you're still performing, dude. You're in the game. When you're actually at competition, I'm sure you have nerves before, the
I get nervous
starts.
before everything still.
Yeah, so
people say like, oh, you must since I'm on stage all the time, since I sing, since I do this podcast and I do other things, people are just like, oh, you could just do anything and you're like never nervous. I'm like, no, I'm always nervous.
Every single time.
And I always have to be nervous a little bit because that means that I care. And when I care, that means I'll do something really good.
That does help.
When I stop being nervous, I think that's going to be the moment where I'm just like, I'm not going to be doing anything well. Like I don't give a fuck about the quality of the thing that I'm doing. That
is definitely something that helps me, is that, that nerve is because I care for it to go well, right? But it is something where I've always just had to fuck it, just do it. And I've bombed. Like I've failed. I've embarrassed myself in front of people and that happens, but it is something where luckily I've learned early that there's another shot. Like there's another stage, there's another opportunity. Obviously when the big ones come, you want to be ready and prepared, but it's like, if it doesn't go well, like there's another day, and that's kind of the part that I had to learn early and stuff. And I'm still trying to get through it, but it helps to think like that.
Early on, when you do anything, you don't understand the concept of like, there'll be another opportunity. There'll be another shot, because in the midst of bombing, or when you don't feel like you're doing well, whether it's comedy, whether it's singing for me, you think it's the end of the fucking world.
Oh, dude.
I mean, I told you I was doing improv. I used to overanalyze every single improv show that I would do if I felt that I didn't do well, if I felt like I was drowning on stage, and my fiance would just hear me talk for like fucking hours, saying like, I should have done this, should have done this. When I have another show coming up in like 3 weeks, like it's fine. It's going to be okay.
And the worst part is like, if it was actually received okay and you're the only one like over analyzing, that's the part where I can hella understand that. That's funny. I probably should communicate it more, but I'm all internal, dude. Like I'm on the drive home just like fucking shaking. You know what I mean?
And the thing is,
you could have done that bit. Why didn't you tag that shit?
And it's not good for our mental, right?
Oh,
it's so not good for our mental. But people forget. People are focused on other things.
Yeah.
Especially for something like that's team-based, whether, it's sports or improv for me. I used to criticize myself like about like my performance as an improviser when like it's about like everyone's performance and we're giving a show to a bunch of people.
Yeah.
It's like analogous to like how much we criticized ourselves is analogous to like, when people take a photo and they're like, let me see the picture. The only person that they look at is themselves, right? And they're just like, oh, this is a bad photo.
Yeah.
It's not like that. Is it a good photo overall?
Yeah, exactly. That's the part I'm still stuck on you just using analogous like that. You used it so well. That was good.
I speak white.
That caught me off guard.
My cousins say
twice,
I speak
dude.
white.
It was like a combo. But I get what you're saying. But honestly, me and my wife I'm trying to get over it, but she still does this. I'm sorry, I'm calling you out. But it's the zoom in the photo.
Yep.
I hate that part because I understand the thought, but it's like, you're right. If it's a good photo, let it be a good photo.
Good photo.
Who the fuck is who's zooming in on the photo?
Oh, every single girl.
Fuck,
every single girl just makes sure their lashes are on tight.
Gosh.
Everything.
That's what led to the burst photo. All these.
Oh, let's take 20 of them.
Yeah, because you got to go through them.
Yeah.
One of them's got to be good, right?
Dude,
the odds are there.
Whoever's looking at themselves in the photo does not give a fuck about anyone else in the photo. My eyes could be half open, and they'll be like, "It's a good picture."
Good. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm the culprit of that. I'm always the culprit of the. And then it's like, fucking, everybody else is great, but I'm just like.
But this is where our egos have to be detached from this shit, dude.
But why do I gotta be okay with it?
Yeah, everybody.
See, why do I gotta be okay with it? Everybody else is But you're right. It's an ego thing. It's like, fuck it, I got other photos.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, man. Like, good thing we're not in the dating game anymore, because like it's solely based on taking photos.
I've actually told that to my wife. It's helped us through many arguments, actually. Thank God I'm not single, because I have no idea. I got my wife through AOL Instant Messenger.
Oh, man, you were spitting a game.
There was no, the photo I had of me was on my MySpace and it was heavily pixelated.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So,
I think that's Artie.
yeah. The angle, the fucking MySpace angle.
One of those, yeah.
Oh, and then it was in the mirror. I definitely had a hat on. Yeah, for sure. Tall tee. Trying to think of MySpace photo now, but yeah, that was my game, dude. Like, there's no way I could have a Tinder profile and feel confident about that. Like,
dude.
there's absolutely no way of me just going out and be like, hi, like, fuck.
So
that.
scary, dude.
Yeah. I actually, I'll say it right now, because I'm married, I am comfortable talking to women.
Yes,
because I don't care.
I agree,
and that has been something that I've had to acknowledge, because otherwise I would be the creepy guy staring, you know what I mean? Like, waiting for you to like acknowledge what I just said, you know, and I thank God every day that I'm happy and married.
Yeah. We have like a sense of security at all times because we kind of like we bagged our women like early on.
Yeah. How long you been with your fiance?
11 years.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Fuck, dude. Yeah. If I had to be single.
When'd you pop the question?
Like 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we bought this house, which is why we have no wedding yet.
No, that's understandable.
So just
good job,
one or the other.
Hey, fucking good job.
Thank you, man.
That is understandable. So you waited 7 years?
8 years.
8 years?
Yeah.
I mean, I had my wife wait 12 years. 13 years until I popped the question.
13?
Yeah.
Damn.
I think that's correct. Yeah.
I mean, it's a big question, And then you got to buy the ring. You got to think of an extravagant way. And then even when we're older, we got to get down on one knee. That sounds scary. We just heard both each other's knees pop before the podcast.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? I want to be on your side, but our fiance or your fiance and my wife, I think they've waited long enough.
Oh, I know. The weekend when I popped the question, Melissa, my fiance, she was hitting up like our homegirls just saying, why hasn't he asked yet? And they're saying like, Christian, when are you going to do it? I'm like, in 2 days, I have to wait for the perfect moment. We're in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all just like blowing up my phone saying like, hey, she's freaking out. Like, you gotta ask her. Like,
so you had a plan?
I had a plan.
Yeah.
So we went to Hawaii like on a Thursday. I didn't ask her till like Monday.
The friends didn't know the plan?
A few of them did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they were like hounding you knowing the plan?
Yeah, they were hounding me knowing the plan, but they wanted me to move.
What the hell?
They wanted me to move the day up.
For who?
For my fiance.
Because she can't wait one more day?
Yeah, but feels like an eternity in Hawaii after 8 years, and it's just like, hey.
You know what? Okay, hold on. What day of the vacation did you pop it?
Monday. So we got there on a Thursday. I popped the question on Monday.
Oh, fuck that. I'm on their friends.
No, dude.
You've lost me. That's like 5 days.
Yeah. Well, in my mind, my reasoning is like, hey, let's set the vibes a little bit.
Oh my God.
5 days in Hawaii.
If I could get in my DeLorean right now and tell you how to do this. Oh my God. You had the perfect setup. Mine was horrible.
What did you do?
First off, you need to do it on day one.
Day one?
You do it on day one.
That's busting too early. What are you talking about?
No.
5 days beforehand is like foreplay, and then you bust on Monday.
You do 5 days of foreplay? Get to the fucking job.
Oh, dude. Gotta edge him a little bit.
No.
It makes it that much better.
You've watched too much porn. Edging is not that enjoyable. You need to get to the fucking pounded. Dude, you do it on day one, and because you knew it was going to be a yes.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You do it on day one. You enjoy it for that whole vacation.
Yeah, you're right. Well,
yeah, you're right. That was easy.
I'm like, I don't know what I'm defending. I don't know what I'm defending, dude.
In hindsight, obviously, right? You're engaged up, but day one.
I guess day one would have been the move. Yeah, then she would have been riding that high for the rest of the fucking trip.
Dude, exactly.
Rather than being anxious.
Come on, man. Dude, this is how we make our relationships longer, dude. We gotta coach each other. Day one, ride it. Only on the great shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Where you know it's a hit. You do it day one, so she just rides, and it's always a conversation. Mm-hmm. And I know it feels like, oh, you want to end on a big note, but bro, especially that. Come on.
Yeah.
You ride it, dude.
Well, next time. I don't know what to tell you, man.
That's what I was saying. Like in hindsight, I guess this is all. But mine was horrible. I guess this is why I'm like projecting on you because you were in Hawaii. Mine was my youngest brother, who's like 8 years younger than me. He was going in the Marines, and he fucking got engaged before me. My youngest brother. I've been with my wife like 13 years at that point. It was like, she was just like, your baby brother got engaged.
She brought it up to you.
Oh, dude. What's sadder is that I had a ring already.
Yeah. So she just had to wait a little bit, or you just couldn't think of a way how to do it?
I was like planning a huge gesture that was not needed. It was something where you could understand this, dude. You just wanted to go huge. So you're like, fuck it. Like, I'm going to try to plan it out ahead. Probably could have planned it out 4 years prior to make it that huge. but it was something where I was trying to get it. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it, dude. I just picked up the ring from her sisters. I got like a Coke. Coke. Yeah, it was a regular Coke.
Okay.
And brought it to her. And in the midst of the argument, proposed. And then I got it quote unquote wrong. So I just like popped the question. All right, I just said, will you marry me? And she's like, you didn't even say my name.
So you did it wrong. And you're out here giving me criticism.
She gave me notes. And then you didn't say my name. So I had to do it a second time. And then in her head, it was always like full name. You know, the movie deal. You know? So I had to do it a third time. She's like, it's okay. You want to be an actor? You just, another take. And then got it right on the last one. And then, finally got a yes. But this was like in our bedroom. We didn't have a bed frame. Yeah. So luckily we had a box spring. So she was a little bit elevated when I popped her. Okay. I was on my knee. She was on my knee, but our heads were still elevated.
No one took a picture? Did you take a video of it at all?
No picture, no video, no nails done.
That's a big deal, dude.
And she had it, so we kept it under wraps for like a good week. She got her nails done, then we kind of released it, and yeah. But it was I mean, and that's why I was saying you had fucking Hawaii.
I know I had. It's because I don't plan a lot because I've done improv for so long. I told you, it's not only made me a lazy performer, it's made me...
You feel like you got it.
I feel like I just got it, dude. I feel like I've gotten away with so much shit by doing the bare minimum.
I actually understand that very much.
Like now I'm like, I can just wing it, it'll be fine. Yeah. And to this day, I've still kind of done decently with things, right? Yeah. But I guess with something as serious as like a proposal, I got to prep a little bit. Because when it got down to like when I did get on my knee to pop the question, I kind of flubbed it too. I thought I was going to have this extravagant like speech and like her family was there. My family was there. It was in front of this chapel where her grandparents got remarried and whatnot.
You had all this set up?
Yeah, I'm telling you. It was great. Beautiful. Yeah. I just didn't prep a speach. So I just said
that'd be a part of it.
I think I literally said, I know you've been waiting for this for a long time.
Nice.
But yeah, will you marry me? And then like I opened the ring box the opposite, like the wrong way, and I think I had to turn it around. You
showed yourself.
I showed myself. I was like, okay, it's there. Well, okay. I was nervous because I was wearing the way we did it is like we were doing like kind of like a photo shoot, and everyone was taking photos in front of this beautiful chapel, and they said, Christian, Melissa, get up there. And that's when I was going to propose and get on one knee. And I was going to try to do it like secretively where she was looking in a different direction. Yeah. And
give the old look over there.
Yeah. And then I was going to get down on one knee. My ring was in my back pocket. What I forgot about my back pocket is that it had Velcro. And
you had Velcro in your back pocket?
It was like Reebok sports shirt, like sports shorts.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so...
like some board shorts.
Yes.
Yeah.
So before I pulled the ring out, all you hear is...
That's good.
And I'm just like, it's good. Not even a surprise now.
That's good. Oh my gosh.
And I didn't know you had to put the ring on the girl's finger after you do it.
In the moment, dude.
Did you do that?
I did. I did do it. I mean, remind yourself I'm in my bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
My apartment bedroom. It wasn't the greatest of moments, but I did do that part. And I mean, it's supposed to be your moment, man.
Yeah.
Right? It's got to be unique to you. I mean, fuck these movies shit, dude.
I mean, now they've turned into funny stories.
Exactly. I mean, that's kind of what it's become. You know what I mean? Like it's a funny story that me and my wife Angela have, and you know, it's something where even when we first got back together, like we've been together since high school, we had a break and then got back together in college, but there was like an official back together, you know, when you fucking update your Facebook and shit like that. You gotta do the fucking all the photos, compilation photos of all you actually like hard launching. And like it was never conventional. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like it was kind of par of the course. Like even the proposal wasn't as conventional, and it wasn't because of like lack of planning. Like I had a plan, but it was just something where I was like, fuck it, why am I making her wait for this plan? Let me just pull it now, especially when she was crying about my baby brother.
Oh shit. But I mean, yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you can only imagine. She's watched this guy since he was like 8 years old. Yeah, somewhere
so as
there.
A kid, and to watch your kid brother enter that stage of his life before y'all entered that stage. It
was a good kick in the ass, dude. My baby brother helped me in a way. You know, that's the way I take it. Like it wasn't something where I was like, fuck him, I gotta get married before him. It was just something where I was like, what am I waiting for? You know what I mean? And it
what
was
were
something,
you waiting for?
Oh, dude, internal shit. Like I said, therapy, getting my mind right, making sure I was ready for it. You know what I mean?
This thing is a complicated thing.
And I took it as like, I've seen so many in and outs of marriage. Like, if I'm going to do it, I want to be prepared for it, not just because the timing's right or it's the right thing to do. Like, I hated those phrases. And I took it as, you know what? She's here for the long haul. We've had the marriage conversations, obviously. I'm sure you had that with your fiance. It's like, what the fuck's going on? Are we going to get married? What are we doing here? Getting all that shit. But it was just a matter of like, yes, but I want to make sure that when we do it, it's fucking right. Yeah. You know what I mean? And there's still shit afterwards. Like after you get married, you still have to go through the rain and the sunshine and all that shit. But at least I knew I was like prepared to go through that part of it, you know? And I feel like it's different. Like you can be dating for hella long. The engagement's different. Then the marriage is different. And then the post-marriage, you know what I mean? Like living your actual life afterwards is even another step that's different. So it made it nicer. Like I got to live all those life cycles, if that makes sense. So
I mean, it's been a long time, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of beautiful, this idea of like humans being monogamous, and then like you find one person and you just decide to spend the rest of your life with that person, and then it's still kind of crazy, but in a beautiful way, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to animals, they just, you know, dogs are fucking polygamous as hell. You know, they'll just fuck anything.
It is kind of crazy, dude. My dog, she is a product of that. I didn't know you could have multiple dads in a litter. Did you know that?
Wait,
you can have multiple dads in the litter.
Stop. Wait, you're saying no? There's no way.
For real?
You're telling me the litter inside of like the mom's stomach could have half siblings inside of its stomach?
Yeah.
No.
Well, not like the DNA is different. Like the dads will just have a genetic code in the litter. So like my dog, the mom was a full-bred pit bull, and the dad that they knew of was a full-bred German short-hair pointer. But there was a Chihuahua in the neighborhood. So my dog has Chihuahua traits with that. Yeah.
Oh,
that's the way I fucking learned. Dude, yeah, I didn't know.
Dude, you could really mix and match.
I think that's how they fucking did it. So, yeah, that's how they fucking do it.
So that's like a human. So that's like saying like if a white woman were to
this is probably the part we'll edit out, but go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead. We can finish the thought, but we can edit it out for sure.
But it would have all three of those traits.
Yeah.
The baby would.
Yeah.
Just trying to think of analogies.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
man.
being analogous.
I'm being analogous,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm using the word now too.
Yeah, you could have it. Wow, I didn't realize dogs did that.
I had no idea until I got mine. Dude.
What's the max?
I didn't do the research. Let me get back to you on that one. But it was something where I like, and you can see it. Like my dog is pit bull, Chihuahua, German short hair. Like you could literally see each of those traits in him. And like I saw some of the other litter that she came with, and they all just look like what you would think. Like if you fucking AI generated that, it's kind of crazy. I think that's how fucking we created the dog breeds nowadays. And
oh man, I was looking at this.
Makes them healthier, oddly enough. I had no idea.
Oh, to have multiple dog breeds in one.
Because like pure breed is apparently, and this is all, someone's going to fact check me, but this is all a dumbass just talking to you about dogs that he learned from another dumbass. But apparently like if they're mixed, it helps their genetic code, because when you're purebred, they're more susceptible to like allergies and like conditions and some body structures aren't perfect for long living. So it helps when they're kind of mixed up. Yeah.
I mean, because you're getting the best of many worlds, right?
I want to say this is exactly what like fucking Christopher Columbus said to like all the other people when he was conquering people. Like, we need to breed. Like, it sounds really bad because at the same time they're like forcing fucking dogs to fuck. But yeah, apparently it helps you.
It's nuts because I was at a show the other day, and I was looking at this bulldog. I was just looking at this thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
So cute, but its face is crazy in the cutest way.
And it looks like it's like hurting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just like, that snout doesn't make sense for survivability.
No.
And I'm thinking the entire time, like, you came from a wolf.
Yeah.
You came from a wolf, and we played around with your genetic code so much to the point where you became. I love it. It looks great. You're so cute. And he was so friendly. But in terms of like a hunting dog, I don't think it's a bulldog could fuck shit up, right?
No, because you give it like 10 yards, it's fucking exhausted. But I don't know, dude. It's like the fucking premise of what's that Marvel movie with Age of Ultron, dude? When they were just mixing and trying to find Inhumans. Like it's like literally people were playing with dogs, just trying to find shit that's cute, and it's led to a bulldog, unfortunately. But they're cute as fuck.
So cute. My fiance's family has 2 pugs.
Yeah,
2 pugs, and like if you look at a pug, and I keep thinking like, how long would you survive out in the wild? Truly. Oh no. Before you get snatched by a hawk.
They're meant to be inside, dude, for sure. Yeah. Dude. My dog's meant to be inside now too. She's lazy as fuck, so yeah. I mean, I can't talk too much shit. We
domesticated them.
Yeah, I can't talk too much shit, man. But so I was wondering though, you've been with your wife for a long time. You got with her in high school?
No, in college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we met at Six Flags. I was a singer there, and she was a dancer there.
Wait, you worked at Six Flags?
Yeah.
What'd you do at Six Flags?
I was a singer there.
A singer?
A performer for like Fright Fest and Holiday in the Park.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
I used to work there as a teenager, dude.
Really? I think everyone that lived in like Vallejo, Benicia, Fairfield has gone through the Six Flags circuit,
It's a rite of passage, dude, for sure. Like,
what did you do? Rides, games?
I was games.
Yeah, of course.
I was the main, whatever the fucking main games are. I forget what we.
You wanted to be on the mic, that's why.
We did do the mic stuff. I did I did that fucking dance all the time.
Nice.
And then I did I was on the mic for fucking, I can't remember which games, but it was like, the water shooting game. That was a big one.
Oh,
and the basketball one where you could just talk shit. Like,
that's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, it was so fun. I was a 16-year-old just making people lose money. It was on the what's easy too is that you could like, I think that's really where I got like the gift of gab, dude. It's just gaming up fucking dudes with $20 bills to shoot basketballs because it was too fucking easy, dude. And
because everyone was going there real pompous and shit.
Oh, dude,
thinking that they could get a 3-pointer.
And then like I was the asshole, the 16-year-old that would like be at the ladder one too and like walk up the fucking ladder talking shit to you.
Wait, you'd be able to do that?
I used to be able to do it.
Spinny.
I used to be able to do it the right way, which is like the correct way where you don't get it's not cheating, but and then I used to be able to walk up it. I used to be able to go back down. Yeah, it was kind of wild.
Did you figure that out, or was the team all aware of it and they kind of just shared the secret
It's
with
just
you?
fucking around. Like there was no, I mean, there was a guy who was telling me like what to do because he worked there before me, but it was just fucking around because you're there all day. You know what I mean? So, and if you could do it, it influences people to try to do it afterwards. And, you know, you're always trying to make money somehow, even though I never saw a
But
cent
it's not
of it.
like you got commission.
I know. That's why I never got it, dude. Like I fell into it and I was making people spend money and talking shit to make them spend more and not seeing a dime of it. And what's worse is that I ended up getting fired because they thought I was stealing. And I wasn't.
Because people were.
And that's the crazier
People
part.
were stealing.
I knew people who were
'Cause
stealing.
it was
I knew
easy.
people
It was
who got
cash.
locked up for stealing.
Whoa.
And yeah, that was the thing, is that I was in Roar. So this is all inside shit now. I was in Roar, so it was like the furthest part from that main office, right? Where you deposit or whatever. And they thought because I had that long walk that I was pocketing shit. And I think I was late, so it was like on top of other shit. So I was like, oh, dude, I wish I stole. Like I should have.
If you were going to get fired, you should have gotten some money with it.
Dude, I won't incriminate people now, even though it's like past, but I knew people who got away with it.
Yeah. It's a thing. Well, a bunch of teenagers can. I know people that worked at Waterworld that were pocketing some money.
Yeah, that's another one, dude.
Because you sell you rent out the floaties, the floating devices and whatnot. It's just cash. And like if they come back, like there's no inventory check.
Yeah.
Because you're just renting it out.
Yeah.
And so I know people that would just pocket that money and it's like fine.
Oh, dude, I was a lead in games. And I had, you know, we had those halfway home employees, remember that shit? And we had a bunch of them come through games, dude. Oh, man, I had one dude get me on my watch. He was like, hey, I'll work the water gun. And he was like, never the water gun guy. And I was like, oh, cool, dude. We got him to finally open up. Cool. He was like, hella cheering everybody on. Lunch break. I was like, all right, we got you, man. He never came back. And then all his other homies were like, I kind of had a feeling, Artie, my bad, man. I was like, what the fuck?
Wow.
I was like 15 and a half. Like, my
I don't know what to tell
one
you.
of my employees just took all of our till money.
And then just dipped out after that.
Dude. Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of odd that the world decided to take what used to be Africa USA in like San Francisco and be like, let's put it in Vallejo, California.
It is kind of insane.
Next to the crest. It is
Right
such an
next to the
idea.
crest.
It's such a crazy idea. Like, where should we
that
bring
Carl's
families
Jr.
all across the world?
That Carl's Jr. alone has been a witness to so many crimes.
And then they still sell the fucking food. Yeah, they're just.
Oh my God. I've seen so much crack being smoked in front of that Carl's Jr. Oh, dude. I do appreciate the job, though. I do have to say that as an adult now. Like, I'm happy I got it. But at the same time, dude, like, I was in the shit. I had no idea where we were parking. That parking lot was not secure.
Well, if there was no parking in the employee area, I used to park even closer to the crest, and then I would walk. And I don't know if you've seen.
I remember that walk, dude.
I'm a
I
big
never did
brown
that.
guy, yes.
Yeah.
But my demeanor, like it says, like, "Hey, take my money, please."
Well, it doesn't
for sure.
help that you're wearing a bright yellow fucking polo.
Oh yeah, man.
So
you're a
because
target.
I know what era you were in. You were right. I was in that era where it went from blue to that yellow green.
Yeah.
And I hated that shit, dude. Oh my God. I missed the blue.
Well, you know what? I didn't, as a performer, I didn't have to wear that uniform. I got to wear all black. I got to wear all black. And on my breaks, I got to ride rides.
Oh my God. You were the privileged guy, dude.
And we got paid like $13 an hour.
Oh my God, dude. I was getting like $7.
It did kind of suck. It felt horrible to do something that I loved on stage and get paid
How old were
more
you
than
at this time?
I was in community college, so I was 19. So
Okay.
that's when I met homegirl. Yeah.
Oh wow. Good for you, man.
Did you make the first move on your lady?
No. But she won't admit it.
She don't. What's wrong to admit that you wanted to make the move?
She won't admit
first.
that she did it first. She dude, our story's kind of crazy. So my wife went to high school at Vallejo, and my homie Kevin, who's like a friend of mine since 8th grade, she was like a friend of his, and my boy Kevin actually liked her. He was like, dude, you got to talk to this girl Angela, hella like her. So I went in like co-pilot. I was trying to wingman that shit.
Yeah.
And because I had so much game and it was tough.
It was tough, man, to just be like.
What's crazy is the first reach out. So he was like, hey, you got to meet this girl, Angela. I've been kicking with her. And then I was like, okay, cool. And she MySpace messaged me because apparently she was at school and people were like, there's this guy, Artie, that's hella funny, blah, blah, blah. This is what she's, this sounds so narcissistic, but this is her part of the story. And she was like, who would name this guy, who would name their kid Artie? Which is kind of fucked up to begin with. A great way to start a relationship. But she messaged me and like, hey, I've heard your name through many friends. I feel like we should get to know each other. And right there, I was like, oh, my boy Kevin likes you. So I was like, oh yeah, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. Gamed her up unintentionally. You know how it goes. And
I don't know how it goes, but it's
gamed her up, with that AIM door opening. You remember that shit? But all that to me and my boy Kevin kind of got into it because she started liking me and I started liking her. And I kind of told him, he's like, what the fuck? And then he kind of accepted it. And then here we are fucking 19 years later.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because you accidentally spat some game.
Just unintentionally had too much game, dude. Yeah.
Dude, that sucks,
My
dude.
AIM game was strong, bro. That is something I could say with conviction.
AIM game, you need that. I mean, I was never on AIM. I was a MySpace guy. I didn't have enough people to talk to on AIM. Yeah. Yeah.
See, I was fucking it up on AIM while burning mixtapes from LimeWire into my fucking Apple.
Dude, you were legit like a 90s, early 2000s kid.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, dude. If you're giving your computer STDs through LimeWire, you're that.
Oh, and it's so hard because, dude, on the way here, I was like trying to get in my Filipino vibes. And because I knew
what does that mean?
I knew I was seeing another. I was going to Vallejo. I was seeing another Filipino. I was trying to get in the mood, dude. I was slapping fucking Kai.
Oh, really?
Because you're a singer, I know you.
Dude,
know
because that's that like boy band.
Oh, dude, it's the Filipino Boys to Men.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star. They had that
Oh, dude, the one I got my wife with, literally, after gaming up on AIM, getting on the phone, finally getting the digits. I sang "Say You'll Stay."
Wow.
Can
you sing?
Yeah, dude.
You can sing.
It's hard because I know you can too, and you can sing well. And it's hard to say I can sing in front of someone who can actually sing.
But can you sing? Yes, you can. Like you can hold it too.
My wife can say. My wife would say yes. Yeah.
I mean, your speaking voice already. It's very sultry.
What's crazy is that's purely just from smoking.
That's what it is.
That's purely just me smoking too much. But I like growing up, dude. Yeah, I was the karaoke kid. Like I had to sing in front of family and
rite of passage.
Yeah, and then like 60th, grandma's 60th birthday. Artie, I had to sing fucking Casey and JoJo in front of everybody at like 7.
Which song?
All my life.
Okay.
I mean,
not crazy.
Yeah. What am I singing? That was made like 10 years after that shit. Kind of.
Oh, way later, huh?
Yeah, it was like way later. So I did All My Life as like a baby, and then I was always the Artie, come sing this, blah blah blah, blah dude.
And this is another reason as to this is why you got into performing as well, is because you're just kind of like forced.
I guess, I never put that one together. That is true. Yeah, but that always felt like, I'm sure dude, that's just family shit.
It is family shit, but there was still a release of dopamine for me to be able to, because my brother, and a lot of my listeners already know this story, but like my brother, in my eyes, felt like the golden child because he was like academically inclined, so he was valedictorian. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he set the bar real high. And so if I think in my brain, and this is what I've told my therapist and like what I've told my listeners is just like the reason as to why I started singing, why I started trying to be a funny person, why I got into improv, why I want to get on stage, is because I felt like I didn't make my parents proud academically because I wasn't as smart as my brother, but I always made them proud whenever I got up on stage to sing.
That's interesting.
Whenever I got up on stage to perform.
I can definitely understand that. My brothers have kind of told me the golden child thing that I never felt like I ever resonated with. I never felt like a golden child, but my younger brother, same thing. They're like, we always try to do good because you did good, but
you're the golden child in their eyes?
I didn't never thought I was. I always thought I was kind of just stringing along. And my middle brother, he was the athlete, so he played baseball, travel ball. I always kind of admired him as an adult. Like, damn, this guy's playing on stages. You know what I mean? So I was always like admiring the athlete. I guess that's what it was. I always thought I was going to fucking play baseball at the highest stage.
I think we always want what we don't have. Right?
Yeah. Like even now, dude, I feel like I just kind of want to hoop and play softball nowadays and be happy. But
are you good at hooping?
I used to be. I'm not now, dude.
Like you got a good shot
it.
on you?
Hooping wise, I think I can shoot.
Can you dunk?
Can I dunk? Yeah, dude. Yeah, on a play school. I'm fucking lit.
I just want to dunk. One of these days, I want to be able to. Like even that.
You
like
got to go to the trampoline ones, dude.
Yeah,
that's the release right there. But no, I was 5'3", dude. So I had to learn how to shoot. That was it. So I feel like I could.
I mean, but that's a good thing. You probably got speed on you too.
I used to, not anymore. Before fucking gaining all this weight, my problem was I went to Hawaii my freshman year of high school or of college, and my dumbass was eating Spam Musubi from 7-Eleven every day.
Man, 7-Elevens in different areas.
And I had like food. I had a dorm, so I had like food money or whatever the fuck they call that. I forget what the hell it's called.
Oh, it's a
meal plan.
Yeah, it's a meal plan, and you have to go. It's like at the Commons area. What the fuck you call it? DC Dining Commons.
Basically, yeah.
Well, you went to school in Hawaii?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
University of Hawaii at Manoa.
Nice.
Yeah.
How was that?
Dude, it was fucking awesome. Especially like when I went the year prior, they just went to the Rose Bowl. So I was trying to go there to cover football. Because it was a niche school. I had family in Hawaii. I went when I was like 12, so that was like the only time I ever left Vallejo, like or Fairfield at that. But like it was something where I got to go there. It was fucking awesome. I got to work at Aloha Stadium and watch a whole season of football there and work it. But I gained like a good 40 pounds
within
the first year, dude.
First year.
Oh, I want to say, yeah. And what's the worst part is I was working out and I was like playing basketball. I was still active. I was walking everywhere. In Hawaii, it's easy to walk everywhere. Yeah. But it was just, I was eating fucking well, dude. Rice every day.
Rice every day. Rice would be the death of a lot of brown people, man.
Oh, man.
I mean, have you ever tried giving up rice? Because like that's something that's pretty easy for me to give up.
I've given it up. And like right now, me and my wife are doing this like brown rice, white rice kind of deal where you do them both.
Okay.
Yeah. And doesn't
that make it difficult? Because like if you're having white rice and then brown rice the next day, you're just going to miss white rice because you know what it tastes like.
So we like soak the brown rice.
Literally mix it in there.
Yeah, we soak it with the white rice so the brown rice can like have the same kind of texture or whatever the fuck. I'm not a cook, bro. My wife luckily knows.
We're talking about cooking rice, so you don't have to be a cook.
Yeah, I guess I'm intimidated by that shit. But yeah, so you try, but I don't know, man. It's the Filipino in me. I fucking rice, eggs, and like spam.
There'll be days ketchup. Where I just crave any kind of silog, you know.
Yeah.
And for any of my non-ethnic listeners out there, like a silog is just like a breakfast plate.
Yeah.
It could be like a
top silog,
tan silog, So it could be like
tocino's. That's the fucking one, dude.
Protein, egg, and rice. That's it. And that's it. And
you're good.
You're good.
And that's like fucking breakfast, lunch, dinner, fucking after, second dinner.
Yes.
After blunt dinner.
So
it's fucking
post
great.
Blunt dinner. Dude, crazy.
It will never not be good. And it's funny because I actually have my namesake, my dad's godbrother. His name's Artie too. That's who I was named after. And I lived with him for a little bit in like my early 20s. And he's like a bachelor adult guy. And he kind of put me on game where he would just like go out and just buy like fucking 3 packs of Blue Ribbon tocino, dude. Wow. And like just cook it any time of the day. Like I thought it was breakfast growing up, because I never cooked for myself growing up. It was my grandpa, and it was like, this is the breakfast meal. This is, fucking topsilog fucking and breakfast. Then you have sinigang for fucking, lunch and dinner. And but like he was like, yeah, dude, I just eat tocino whenever. Like it's good.
There's no rules with food.
Rules. And it opened my fucking eyes. He ate cake. Like he bought his own birthday cake. It wasn't his birthday.
Okay. He was just doing it.
He was like, dude, I wanted a fucking ice cream cake. And a cake. Dude, it blows my mind as an adult now because I do the same. I catch myself doing these same purchases. It's like, fuck it, dude. Why is it weird? I'm gonna buy my own.
The
ice
best
cream
part
cake.
about being an adult is that you could do whatever you want. Kind
I
of
love it.
Like no, I mean, well, I just told you that my fiance has been gone away on a trip. She's at a bachelorette party.
Nice.
And this house has turned into like a barren wasteland where I'm not grocery shopping for. Like I ate cereal 3 times yesterday.
That's awesome though,
right?
Yeah.
And that's one of the best parts about being an adult. Nutritionally, not the best decision.
Greatest day. No, not the greatest day. You're gonna pay for it a few days later. But dude, you could do it.
And I don't know. I would probably die without her because I've noticed that I'm way more dehydrated than I typically am because she usually reminds me to drink my water.
Yeah.
And now I don't have that voice next to me to just drink.
I definitely understand. This is the most water I've drank in a while. I understand that because I've had the days where she's gone and I'm like, damn, I haven't gotten up from fucking gaming in like a long time.
Yeah, dude, the women in our life, they apply this necessary pressure to kind of be ambitious and take care of ourselves.
I guess so, dude. I guess I've been putting on lotion more because she's told me to. That's been good for me.
Dude, I was a dry motherfucker
I still don't
before
really
the women in my life, you know?
Yeah. But I've had good skin.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's because for some reason, like there's a lot of dudes that just splash their face with water. We still have like really good skin.
Don't get me wrong, dude. I'm not dirty. Like I'm washing my face in the shower. I take a quality shower. I never really got into the lotioning afterwards. And I get the ashiness. But honestly, I fucking, you know what I mean? Like
I've done that before too.
You get rid of it.
I used to be such an ashy kid growing up. I used to play tic-tac-toe on my leg.
I wasn't that ashy.
Okay, all right. I'm oversharing.
There's ashy and then there's tic-tac-toe on your fucking leg. But I've understood like, oh, you're itchy in the winter because you're fucking dry.
Dude, I used to think.
So I started thinking like, okay, this makes sense. I probably should moisturize.
Itchy in the winter is so funny. I used to not understand why I would get so dry in the winter. Yeah, I'd be like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I put lotion on every now and then.
It's just dead skin cells just fucking irritating the shit out of you, dude.
Yeah.
And it's something because luckily, this is probably, I don't know, but do you have any nurses in the family?
Of course.
Yeah, of course. I should have known. But her mom was a nurse and my mom was a nurse, but she was a different kind of nurse. She was advice nurse and she never gave us the advice. But her mom was like an ER nurse and it was always like, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? And it's kind of like led to it because my mother-in-law lives with us now and I can just hear the echoes of like mother and child. So it's kind of great, you know, in a way, but at the same time I feel like I gained like another mom.
In that
unintentionally
sense. I think it's it's the weird, and I hate to say it, it's the weird Oedipus thing in us, right? Is that like
I love your word usage. Go ahead, keep going.
I mean I speak white.
This is great.
Yeah, it's the weird Oedipus thing in us is like I know that there are traits in my fiance that I pair well with because she has those traits that my mom had, right? Like the first woman in our life to have taken care of us are our mothers, and so like for survivability's sake, that maternal kind of energy is kind of like something that is necessary for us to like match with in a life partner. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it's the other way around, right? It's the whole like daddy issues thing with women is that they try to find someone that resembles their father, good or bad, right?
That's funny. Yeah.
And so since my mom kind of like did a lot of shit for me because she was just like a pretty aggressive Filipino mom. There are some like common sense things that I lack in adulthood with that my fiance kind of just like has to remind me to do or does for me.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, oh, I see why we work so well together now.
And see, dude, I fucking admire that. That's really good. You're unintentionally helping me have a better relationship with my wife. Because that is something where I still struggle with it, where the way you see it as she's pairing up with me, I see it as, why can't I just fucking think of to drink water? And that's like the insecurities that come and like hits the ego, it hits the pride and all that.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, that's beautiful to hear. Like, because it's something where it's an easy shift of perspective, right? Like that's been helping me through therapy and all that shit. It's just shifting that perspective of like, why are you so uptight, and to, you know, maybe she's helping you. You know, it's kind of weird.
Therapy is kind of, you know, I started therapy last year.
Good for you, man. I'm a big proponent. I talk about it very freely, so I hope you're okay with that.
No, absolutely. Like mental health is a huge deal for like any creative, man.
Yeah,
for any performer,
so
because we go through shit.
Yeah,
you know?
And it's not right to go through it on stage.
No, even though
So
it
I've
is
seen that too.
therapeutic.
It's therapeutic, but your audience shouldn't be your fucking therapist.
Oh,
that's
I've
for
definitely
sure.
seen some like open micers, especially just talk about the most depressing shit. I'm like, I hope you're
Forget
getting
that an audience doesn't fucking want to hear your cry story. Yeah.
But yeah, with therapy, like it's been so helpful.
Yeah.
And it's not that I was ever against therapy, but I always thought that I like never needed it because I've always been this happy-go-lucky guy. But me being this happy-go-lucky guy for the longest time was just me trying to shroud the actual true shit within me that, you know, I was like, why am I always feeling this responsibility to be like the happy, funny guy to cheer other people up when it's taking a toll on me?
Yeah.
And it's to this extent where like it's to this extent where I'm not even allowed to kind of be neutral.
I definitely can resonate with that.
Right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
because if you're not, if Artie's not being Artie, then there's something wrong.
Fucking, oh
you
my
know what
God,
I'm saying, dude?
Go to therapy, everyone.
something.
Go to therapy, everyone. I love that. It's so hard, right? And once you realize that, then it's like a shift of perspective of like, it's not your responsibility, right? And that if you are amongst friends, then that's who you should be comfortable with, right? And again, I'm talking from a bird's eye view, but still have to be on the ground doing it. You know what I mean? But it is something where that part is something that you don't realize without a professional fucking breaking it down for you, a third party, like not a friend, not a fiance, not a partner, like an actual professional telling you your shit is actually way more beneficial than a homie, if that makes sense. Like, it's not your homie's job to be your therapist.
No, because there's bias, and then there's a lot of like subjective advice as opposed to objective advice from this third party individual that is literally trained to do this professionally, you know. And it was crazy. I think at first when I started therapy, I felt a type of way because it was all about me, and I'm not used to it being all about me. Because I would be like,
I'm asking questions about a therapist.
He'd be like,
day?
I would be like, all right, and so what's going on in your life, Marvin? And he's just like, it's not about me, Christian. It's about you. And I'm like, well, oh man, why am I trying to be?
Dude, that's why.
Yeah,
it's a good deflector.
I'm here trying to make him laugh, like, and that's something that I'm thinking to myself. I'm like, why am I trying to make you laugh? Yeah. And it's this people pleaser in me.
Yeah, it's and recognizing is half the battle, dude. So that's fucking awesome to hear. Like, especially you're a couple years younger, man, and like I've tried to been throwing it to my brother and all his friends. I try to talk about it as open as possible because it took me a while to get into therapy, even though I've had it since I was a kid, on and off. I always had like a weird view of it, and it was never something that I was like, oh, I need it often, if that makes sense. I always thought like you need it when you have something going on. Yeah. But it's like as something to have it regular, if it's not weekly, if it's not bi-weekly, whatever the fuck, having it regular actually benefits even in the good days.
Wow.
And you know what I'm saying? Like it actually does benefit having that regular breakdown of yourself and like self, kind of like perspective. You know what I mean? Like, or what is it? Like not retrospect, but kind of like a introspect. Introspect. Thank you. And you don't get that when you have like a biased friend or your fiance, you know, when you're kind of like letting it out. You can do that, but like a professional will give it back to you in the way you need it, if that makes sense. Because they'll understand you, they'll understand the problem, they'll be able to break it down. And then on top of that, I feel like there's a sense of like, you'll listen because they have that background, that degree, that sense of power. I can't think of a better word, but like sense of knowing.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely.
So dude, I'm always a big proponent. In Vallejo, you don't fucking hear about therapy too much, so it's always nice.
All,
yeah,
I used to do it weekly, and then like we changed it to bi-weekly, then we changed it to monthly because I was slowly getting like a little bit better, and we were doing it weekly. But you're saying this thing like it's still good for you even on your good days.
Yeah,
but I feel like when we checked in weekly, you'd be like, all right, so like what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. I've nothing's happened.
Yeah.
And we're just like, oh, okay. Do we not want to use up your sessions? You just want to do it bi-weekly? And so I'm still trying to figure out.
I just got into recently The Sopranos.
Yeah, dude.
And it was crazy. I never watched it until like this past like few months. I finally like picked it up.
It's incredible, dude.
And it's great because it's something where this whole talk about therapy and like it's okay to not have something to talk about at therapy too, because I feel like that's a byproduct of having it so often, if that makes sense. And to stretch it out, I don't think there's a problem in that at all. Like I think that's just using a tool to your advantage, if that makes sense. But I do feel like that having a session during those good moments and talking about your good moments does help you kind of like realize why they're good, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it kind of captures the moment of like, so like, how did you get there? And like, why can't you get there on your bad days?
Yeah.
You know? So it is something where it's all unique. You know, you gotta do it your own way. And I think just doing it in any fashion is beneficial already, you know, let alone using it well. So yeah.
No, dude, it's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, man.
That I did not even realize was
mental health,
there,
dude.
Man. I tried telling my mom that I was going to therapy, and she's such an old school Filipino. She was just like, "Why are you sad? Just talk to me."
And I hate that.
I'm like, I don't know. No, you're like
I don't know how to answer that one well yet, because I've tried to figure that. It's like, it's not your job to be my therapist. Yeah. If that makes sense.
And there's so much bias.
Yeah.
And there's so much lack of knowing.
Judgment.
Yep.
It's like, dude, you're going to judge.
Yeah.
My therapist is paid to not judge. They got a HIPAA thing.
That's the thing. Yeah. They don't give a fuck if they hurt my feelings.
Yes.
Like, yes. I think my mom's out there to hurt my feelings.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's like, it's better, and it's not an insult to others. No. If that makes sense. It's not an insult to your crew. It's not an insult to your fiance. It's something where I've taken it like, I'm not a car guy. Yeah. Right. But I use my car every fucking day. I have no idea what I'm doing in it. Like if it broke down, I'm panicking. I don't know what I'm doing. So I go to a fucking mechanic. Right. I have anxiety. I'm in my head every fucking day. I don't know what I'm doing with it. So I gotta go to a fucking mental therapist, some guy who knows what the hell they're talking about. I went through so many where I had to figure out that I needed an older female to listen to. So I found a good therapist. Luckily, she's like a OG white lady from the Bay Area, and can just fucking break me down. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of just gotta find it, dude.
You gotta be deconstructed.
Yeah.
And like find the source of stuff that like I don't know, because it's hard for us to realize things about ourselves because we've been ourselves since day one, and we're always in the thick of it.
And I got like a hero complex, dude. I feel like I'm doing right even when I'm doing wrong sometimes. So I need someone to fucking call me out. You know what I mean? You got to be humbled.
Oh, dude, I got a fucking side character NPC complex where I feel like I'm always doing something that's not. I never feel like I'm enough. That's a big deal. And so
I get that too, though.
My therapist is trying to help implement hero complex in me. Like, no, dude, you matter. You're doing things that are great. The people love you.
That's so funny. I get that too, though. That's why I don't know what kind of complex I got that. I don't know, because it's like I feel like just approaching mental health, especially I got fucking PTSD, CPTSD type shit, kid stuff. It only benefits your partner. It benefits the people around you, because
Yeah.
This conversation, bro. This for a homie that I had growing up, like I never would have had a conversation about mental health. It would have been like you good?
Yeah,
I'm good. That's it.
Oh man, that's about
right?
it.
That was like about it. Like if you knew something was wrong, bro. Think about this. I'm sure you could resonate with this. If you knew something was going on with your homie, you knew something was up. Literally, what did you do? You just went, "You good?"
Yeah.
And yeah. Cool.
All right, that's it.
And get on about our business. You know what I mean? And that is like one of the unhealthier things, because all of that, and I was thinking back just recently, I was thinking about this. Like I had homies ask me for like what would you call them? Burner guns or whatever the fuck, you know, like shit to like do something.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And like a little bit of, I never knew why. Like I think it was like a paintball gun being stolen or some dumb bullshit. But it was like something where we all were in the thick of it and we never really communicated the thickness. Yeah. If that makes sense. Like we all knew we were in shit. We all knew we had some shit at home sometimes, some shit outside of the house, but we never really like communicated the problems or like the processing of the problems. Like I had homies get shot in a parking lot in high school, you know, for doing a deal, blah, 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 blah. And you have the awe, the struck, but no one's ever like talking about like, bro, we just lost somebody we knew in fucking middle school. You know what I mean? This motherfucker didn't even see 20, you know? So it's like, it's something where I guess that's why I'm so open about mental health. Cause it's like, I remember back in the day where it was a quiet fucking moment whenever it was tough and no one was talking about anything, getting mad or fucking sad. It was just quiet.
It's the machismo.
Yeah.
In being a brown male, dude. There's, you know, it's kind of a, I'm blessed to have grown up a little differently. I've experienced both sides because I've grown up with a bunch of women, so I'm used to, because like I have a whole bunch of female cousins, so I'm used to being able to be transparent with my emotions, that's good. Crying and whatnot.
Yeah, that's what lets you be so healthy right now, bro.
I'm trying, dude. It's all a journey. But then I've also gone to like high school and like made some like homies where it was not as acceptable to be sensitive, where you kind of just, it was that kind of relationship where it's like, hey, you good? All right.
Yeah.
So I've experienced both. So I'm in this like, I've definitely in my earlier years was in this like weird purgatory of just like, Christian, it's okay to cry. Yeah. But also Christian, like, what the fuck? Don't cry. Like, don't be sad. So like, I don't know what to do.
Dude, my wife still has to tell me it's okay to cry.
You gotta do it. It feels so good, man.
It's kind of wild, dude. Like it, and I'm at the point where I even like my wedding day, I was crying, watching her walk out. Right, I was laughing at myself. Like I still have to find a way to machismo it up. Like, yeah, you're crying, but look at this fucking dude crying. Like, that's the thought I have in my head. You know?
On your own wedding day. Or like, it's so acceptable that you cry.
Acceptable. I remember it was like literally a video we were watching it. It's just tears, and I'm just like laughing at myself, dude, because internally I'm roasting myself. Like, like this motherfucker's crying. He's up here crying. You know what I mean? Look at this shit.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. It was. It's a weird. But it's, again, therapy helps with all that, bro. And recognizing it, that's what really helps me. And that's like what I started with, the whole laugh at yourself thing. Like that's kind of been the thing that's helped me with my comedy career and like with therapy is in my tragedies, dude. I fucking am able to laugh at myself a little bit. And whereas before I'd just be in my head fucking getting on myself. Why didn't you do better? Why didn't you do this? You know, and it's like,
it's a way of coping.
Yeah.
It truly is a way of coping. Comedy is a way of coping. Not taking things so seriously is a way of coping. Or else we're just going to beat ourselves up to death. You know, it's not good for our mental.
That drive home, bro.
Man.
Early days of doing stand-up, man, I was commuting from Vallejo to Sacramento into the city. And every time, if I had bombed that 5-minute set I finally got to get, just fucking shaking the way home. I hated it. Oh my god! I
just experienced that. Sorry, I just experienced that like a few days ago because I did like just a guest spot at Epidemic Ales, and it was just like a 5-minute guest spot that I didn't think I was gonna do I wasn't thinking about my material at all. I was just going to support the homies. And then like Jordan, who was throwing the show, just like, hey, you want a spot?
Jordan Kirshner?
Kirshner.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he put me on. And I didn't know that was a thing because I'm pretty fresh in the game. I didn't realize that like...
He could just throw you on.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, just like without being on the lineup. I was just pulling up to pull up, right? But he was
So
just
it was a book show?
Yeah, it was a book show.
Okay.
Yeah, and then since I wasn't prepped, I didn't bomb per se, but like I did fuck up one of my jokes. And it was so reminiscent of those improv days where I was just like on the drive home, just like, what the fuck, Christian?
I understand.
Why did you have that half beer before going on? I'm blaming other things other than myself. It's because that half. It's because I didn't eat earlier and I had a fucking hazy IPA, and then I got up on stage, and that's why you fucking flubbed your joke
because you didn't do the tag.
Yeah, man. Maybe you should think about doing something else. Stick to improv, dude.
Dude, that's the part that I feel like goes away less and less, but still happens. Like I've only been doing stand-up for like 5-6 years. And even then, like the pandemic took a year away. I was only doing like one Zoom show, and I tried to do some stuff in person, but it was scary as fuck.
Yeah.
So like really just 5 years of doing stand-up. And I feel like I still have that. Like I've done big stages. I've traveled for comedy. I've done 300 plus crowds.
Wow.
And I still will bomb in a bar and have that shaky drive home of like, why did you try to do crowd work with that tweaker? Like I've had bar mics where like I've almost been in, dude almost tried to fight me because I was trying to be funny, like literally just trying to be funny. And then my dumbass looks, I definitely look into people's eyes when I'm trying to be funny, and it's not good.
I mean, some of these people are so sensitive, and they're heckling too, so they're kind of asking
and I
for
mean
it too.
the bar I'm talking about, like they weren't even. Only the comics there were there to see comedy, and like,
and then everyone was there is like, I'm a regular
I'm
here.
trying
What the
to
fuck
play
are you doing here?
fucking billiards, dude. Like, stop with your Manny Pacquiao bit. No one's listening, and yeah, but I mean. That's the name of the game. Like, luckily I got into it late. Like, I didn't get into it early. I do appreciate not doing comedy in my early 20s because I feel like I would have been even more egotistic and even more.
You found it at a healthier spot in your life.
Yeah, for sure. Like, at least in the best point that it could have been. Like, if I was doing it in college, because I was doing like Filipino club in college too. So I was doing PCNs. Okay. I've done like 3-4 PCNs.
Wow.
I wrote a PCN and, I was heavy in that shit, dude. I was in Samahang Filipino at Sac State, and I was in their core. I could have easily done stand-up. My wife was working at Punchline as one of the servers. Could have easily gotten into stand-up, I think, in hindsight now. But it was something where if I did it, I would have maybe done a year of it, bombed enough times to think that nobody understands comedy. And that would have been it. I would have been the
And you would
the
never
adult,
have found it again.
And I would have been the guy who walked around like, I did it, but it wasn't my people weren't understanding what I was trying to get at. And yeah, so it's something where I'm kind of glad I got into it when I did. My wife pushed me into it at that point, and I still struggle with the pride and ego shit though. So
it's inevitable. I think most performers, it's like, even though I say I detach my ego from a lot of things, my ego's definitely still attached to a lot of stuff. Yeah. Like, especially things that I care about, like comedy, like singing. Yeah. Parallel parking, no.
Yeah. No. Good for you though, because that's one I struggle with. And dude, so I wanted to ask, so you're doing stand-up. Yeah. And how long of a set have you done so far?
15 is my longest set.
15. Okay. That's not bad.
15's fun, dude.
That's long as hell for someone starting up. Did you feel comfortable in that 15?
My first 15, I was very nervous. Now I feel more comfortable doing a 15 than a 5. And it's because I have space to breathe.
That's interesting. Yeah.
I get
5 is tough. Dude.
5 makes me nervous because I'm like, I gotta
somebody fall in love with you within the first 2 minutes.
Yes. Yeah. And like, I'm confident in my opener, but to elongate for the rest of the 5 is tough. But I mean, I don't know. I think my favorite part about this is that since it's when you find a new hobby and passion, the progression is more noticeable than something you've been doing for a long time. So with singing, if I'm been singing for years and years and years and years since I was a kid, the progression is less noticeable because I've feel like I sound the same as I did last week, last month, 2 months ago, as opposed to with comedy, since I'm so fresh in the game, I see the progression show to show.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, this joke is hitting. Like, now I know what to add to it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of addicted to it, dude. Like, I
was wondering. Yeah, that was my next question. Like, man. Are you in it? You doing it?
I'm doing it, but I know I should be getting more stage time. I should be getting hitting more mics. But like I said, I work a graveyard shift, and
that's
so
tough.
I'm missing half of the mics throughout the week. I'm not hitting any mics Monday, Tuesday, and every other Wednesday.
Yeah, that is tough. The scheduling of it all is difficult to get the mic time, but it is something where if you got this network going, dude, if you can get on the shows, Everybody Eats on May 4th. I can get you, who knows, man? I can get you on the next one. You said Andrew, so
I know Andrew.
That's a good fucking network to have. You can hop on to shows without having open mics. The open mics are the gym workouts, if that makes sense.
That's new jokes.
Yeah, that's when you want to try the new stuff. But I've tried new stuff during shows too. Like I'm a guy who I'll write a bit, but I work it on stage.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. So I'm not like sitting on a journal or a fucking Microsoft Word writing it word for word. I've done that too. But I realized that I need to work it on stage because I think it's fucking hilarious when I'm writing it. I think I'm writing a grade A material.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
Man.
But like if you're not doing it on stage and working it, you don't really know. So it is something where I feel like I write better on stage.
Yeah.
It's
I agree.
Though. Yeah.
I've only been doing it for a short amount of time, but like I learned fast that the shit on my my notes app on my phone is vastly different than what's going to be said on stage. There's 20,000 different factors and elements that apply in a live setting as opposed to like what's going on in your brain. And especially if you would just watch some comedy special to kind of inspire you. You're like, oh shit, yeah, this is fucking gold. But then you get up on stage, it's way different, dude.
The on stage cuts the fat. I think that's what it ends up doing. At least for me, like it's when I write it all down, it just looks so fucking like daunting, and then to read that it feels like a fucking like speech, you know what I mean, than a set. It doesn't feel as organic. And I don't know, I've seen other people's writing styles, and some guys are just like a premise writer and then they'll just break it down on stage, and you see the script being built in their head, but it's not actually being recited, if that makes sense. But that all just that's the stage time. I think that's the real benefit of stage time, is learning your process, learning your cadence, learning your style, and how you want to approach your bits. And like for me, like I have core bits that I tangent from and can use in different ways and tag up different ways to lead to the next one. And that's all because I've bombed it enough other ways to find out, you know what I mean? So that all is just stage time. I think that's the biggest trainer, is stage time. Yeah,
that's the best gym.
Yeah,
to work this shit out.
Yeah,
dude, I'm hooked, man. Like, luckily, I do have this network of new friends, and like this podcast does help. To like show like, hey, I think that I'm a hard worker. I put my mind to something. I want to put out quality.
Feels
shit.
like an interview now, but now that I know you're actually doing stand up, it's not just like you hooking up with friends. Like Everybody Eats. I'd happy to have you on.
Would love to, man. Like it's I never press anyone about getting on anyone's thing. You're
Filipino,
like that.
And I am too, so that helps. Because nepotism is, in that world is usable, dude. But I mean, it's something where like my show, I say it's Filipino themed because I'm Filipino and I want to embrace it, and that's been the dream of like trying to produce a show that I could recognize with. But I'm getting other people in, like it's not just Filipino, but because I see other Filipinos out there trying to do it, like that's the fucking dream, dude, is putting on people, right? Like I'm in no position to say I'm putting you on, but it is something where if I can give stage time to somebody that I could see actually doing it, because I don't feel like a gatekeeper, but I am one where I can notice that this is like a bucket list thing too for people. You know what I mean? And I feel like those bucket list people they can find their stage, but like people who are really trying to grind it out and get on stage, dude. Like if I have an opportunity for them and they happen to be Filipino, dude, I'm gonna be racist as fuck that way. You know what I mean? And it's something that I could provide. You know, I want to fucking do it.
Yeah, dude. No, yeah. it's a
I only
dope
had Ernie
thing.
Reyes Jr. growing up, dude, so I want to see more. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I grew up on like Rex Never Ready, and so
dude, that was the first show I did.
Dude, that's so fucking dope, man.
Dude, I have Rex's number in my phone. It's
that is so cool.
It's kind of insane.
Dream guest. He's a dream guest just because, like, yeah, just because, like, his
dude,
his
get big enough, I'll let him know. No, honestly, because he comes from Oregon, dude. Like, if I get him, that's your dream guest.
Yeah, he's one of my dream guests. He's just so pivotal in like
let me keep that in mind,
life.
bro. Yeah, I mean, he is, dude. Like, well, I think I was like 6th grade. That was the first time I ever saw Rex, and like a DVD that a homie brought to school.
Yeah,
like during one of the fucking fun activity hours, we were watching Rex Never Ready because he was a clean comic too. You know what I mean? In a way, clean. In a way, clean for puttits. You know what I mean? But like, if you knew what was being said, it was
they're not gonna wince at him saying "pookie pookie."
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it was something that we were able to watch in middle school, and dude, it was a dream fucking booking him. Like.
That's so awesome, dude. Yeah, like your accolades are incredible. You throwing on this show at the Punchline in Sacramento, for Filipinos, by Filipinos, and beyond that, what the name of it is, it's so genius. Everybody eats.
Oh, thanks.
Your promos are great. You just walking into this big space and then boom, everybody eats. Like it's simple.
I'm a minimalist, dude. I like just doing simple shit.
It does enough, you know. Like a lot of comedy is advertised via poster, and I like that you're not just the poster guy, the poster posting guy.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I try to do something niche and something that I can highlight the city. And the dream is to, do a show at like Cobb's or SF Punchline and go around that city and fucking do some promos with it, because that's awesome. So that might be something that I try to do soon, is get into the city. And honestly, dude, I was thinking about getting Rex back because he's interested, but it's just about scheduling and fucking price.
That makes sense.
But dude, he's awesome to work with, dude. He's fucking OG and I've gotten to work with him like more than a few times now, and it's kind of insane to think, dude. And he's like everything you thought he would be, dude. He's like the fun uncle.
Yeah, I got to meet him once,
dude. He hates
dude.
being uncle though, honestly.
He wants to be.
He thinks he's kuya.
Ah, I see.
I've had to switch from like Tito to kuya.
Yeah,
I felt the tenseness, dude. But he's old.
Yeah,
he's older.
I mean, years have passed. Dude. That's just how time works.
I'm sorry. Like, Rex, you're old. You're a fucking idol, but idols age,
We're all getting older, dude. We're out here talking about our popping knees,
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing.
You know what, though? He does have more energy than me. I will say that, though, because I was in a green room with him, and he was, like, popping off, dude. And I was just like, fucking, I just got off, driving to San Jose from Sac, and I was like,
that's a lot.
I got to get ready for getting on stage. But, nah, it's kind of insane, man. Like, I saw him as a kid, and now I've gotten to like have genuine conversations with him, break bread. It's
full circle moments,
full circle,
dude.
yeah. And it's like the reason why I thought it was accessible. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I grew up watching Robin Williams, Jim Carrey, fucking Bernie Mac, hard Martin Lawrence, all these OGs, and I knew stand-up was something that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
But seeing Rex, it was like, oh fuck, we can have somebody up there. You know what I mean? Like that was something where we could be viewed as funny to everyone else too. Yeah. Like, and that was the first thing I thought of. Like, I'm sure you have an uncle or an auntie that just takes the room, bro, and just fucking lights it up. And that's what it felt like. It felt like your uncle was just lighting up the fucking room, but it just happened to be on stage. Yeah. So that's kind of the vibe that I try to bring into my shows because of it. Because that's the kind of shit that I enjoyed watching growing up. Like you wanna be in the fucking family room with the funny uncle, that's the greatest fucking end of the party. I don't know if you've I
resonate with that.
Yeah, like that was the best part of the party for me was when everyone's fucking tired and we're all just chilling around and fucking
you're
uncle.
delirious. Everyone's done playing mahjong or poker.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Everyone's kind of lit, you know,
Yeah.
and then you just got your uncle fucking going off and just making everyone laugh. So that's the everybody eats kind of vibe is that. I'm trying to set the table with that, man.
And May 4th.
May 4th.
Sunday, May 4th.
Sunday at the Punchline Sacramento. It's headlining with Andrew Rolfo. We got my homie Robert Emoto, Ashley Monique, Raul Gonzo, and Buddy. And those are all people I've met throughout the scene. Buddy's like a partner of mine that's working with me for this. And Raul Gonzo's a music director turned, stand-up creative. This guy's like, I did a pilot with him. Yeah. He has no business knowing who I am, but he's going to do a stand-up set at my show, which is great. His credits are insane. He has like something at the Crocker Art Museum. And then Bobby's a hitter, dude. You're going to love him if you come out, but you already know Andrew is fucking tight. Ashley Monique, dude, is someone I saw like literally start comedy. And she's just like fucking skyrocketed.
Wow.
And she's just like one of the best fucking writers that I've met even till now. And I've been doing it for 5 years, met a bunch of people doing it. She's just someone who was just organically funny, wrote fucking well, went on stage and just was instantly likable. So I'm excited. That's going to be like one of the first non-Filipinos I have on the show, featuring in the show. She's worth the fucking the transition, dude. So I'm happy to do that. And then the whole lineup is just exciting, man. I really want to sell it well. And this is the third show I've produced so far. So yeah, I'm excited, man.
Killing it, man. Like really proud of you.
Thank you.
Can't wait to go to one. I might go out for this one.
That's
call
okay,
out.
dude. Yeah, you got sick hours, man. Come on.
Yeah, I have
come
some.
through.
I have some.
Come through, dude.
We'll
It's
see.
a good time.
Yeah, it's a good time. I don't know if you know how these episodes end.
No.
I do an improv scene. So I have a background in comedy improv. So I do an improv scene with my guests and the scene could be about anything and everything that we talked about in today's episode, or it doesn't have to do with anything at all. Do you want to start it?
No.
No, you don't want to start it? Okay.
No, I will react to you. Yes, and
good.
yes, and yes, and.
So
Okay.
you've done improv before?
I've done one or two classes.
One or two. You've done classes, so you're set.
I've tried.
You're set.
No, what I realize is that it's very hard.
It's fun, dude. You just got to get rid of that filter.
Yeah.
Just get rid of
I just told you how much
filter.
anxiety and fucking insecurity I had throughout this whole episode. That's all I'm going through right now. It's like, did I
Improv
do the
helps
right
with
scene?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get rid of that overthinking when you're told to underthink.
Yeah.
Improv. But
Yeah.
I've gone into the deep end and now I just underthink everything.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
I guess.
All right, without further ado, baddies, that's what I call my listeners.
Oh, okay.
Can't be that bad. Okay. All right. So you want to book this venue for a comedy show?
Yeah.
All right. What makes you think that you're funny?
I mean, that's kind of harsh to open up with, but I mean, I'm just trying to produce a comedy show.
Okay. So you're not a comedian?
No, I mean, I am.
So you're
a
funny.
comedian. I wasn't ready for an interview. I am funny. It's subjective. I think.
Subjective, big words. Okay.
Yeah.
So far, not funny.
Ah, shit.
Don't worry, I'm not writing anything.
No, it definitely feels like you're
seriously
writing
do.
a lot of shit.
Okay. All right. Okay. Accolades.
I start.
What? What are your accolades?
My accolades. I've done stand up for 5 years. I'm a really good husband. I feel like a good dog owner. I feel like I pay my taxes on time.
Good citizen. So far, these are accolades of just being a citizen, being a decent human.
I mean,
comedy accolades.
I've performed at the Sacramento Punchline, at the Comedy Store.
Gotcha.
At the Comedy Mothership.
Gotcha.
I've produced comedy shows. I'm not sure how this goes into me booking a venue.
Well, I mean, you know the name of our venue over here. Read it for me.
Venue.
Venue is the name of the venue. This is the biggest hipster club.
You made me read venue.
Yes.
Okay.
Because this is the biggest club in all of Portland. and you want to book here.
Yeah, well, Portland is a big scene I'm trying to get into. I'm a big Oregonian.
Okay, 5 facts about Oregon right now.
Partly cloudy. You can get a sunburn even though it's partly cloudy.
Okay. Oh, now your comedy's
I
coming
can
out.
drive up from California to Oregon and comfortably just bring in pounds of weed. Just smuggle. I've done it a couple of times.
Also a mule. Okay.
I love Oregon for that fact alone. Because when you go into Oregon, they have horrible weed, which I'm trying to benefit from when I'm out here.
Cut to Artie talking with a homie. They're just smoking together, talking about his potential booking with this venue.
Okay.
All right, wait. So this guy, well, he's just like interrogating you. You just want to book the spot, and he's just kind of being a real asshole.
Dude, this fucking guy. All I did was just hit him up for a booking, and then I had to go into a meeting, not Zoom, in person.
Yeah.
And he starts grilling me about my accolades of fucking comedy. I'm just trying to get this fucking
just a book.
It's a 76 fucking seat venue.
That sounds exclusive and hipster.
No, it's a bar.
Oh, it's just a bar?
This motherfucker had me go all the way to fucking Portland, Oregon, and asked me all my fucking accolades about comedy just to book this small ass room. I'm getting tired of this producing shit.
Ring. I think your phone's ringing.
Okay.
Artie. It's me, Marty.
Okay.
The owner of the venue.
No, I kind of remember.
The venue,
Yeah.
So, looking back at your resume and thinking about your accolades in our conversation, I'm thinking that, congratulations, you haven't booked the venue yet, but we're going to seat you through a 3-hour panel with me and 2 of the other owners.
Holy shit, I think I'm going to get it.
Oh, you think you're gonna get it?
Holy shit.
I heard that. You said, I love that you have high hopes.
Yeah, sorry. Sure. A panel?
A panel meeting.
What is a panel meeting?
So it's basically like an interview, but there's more of us interviewing you at once.
So another interview.
Yeah.
I've had this, I'm familiar with this many interviews because I work for the state and I've had to do 4 interviews to just get a job. But so why am I doing this interview?
Well, we got to make sure that we here at the venue.
Great name.
Thank you very much. I came up with it myself. We just want to make sure that we put up the most quality shows because we're the biggest venue in Portland, Oregon. Yes, we only seat 76 people. But even the 76 people that come into the venue, they also have to interview with me.
Pause real quick. This is honestly great for Oregon comedy because this is exactly how it happened when I went up there.
Wait, was it really? Here, we'll just wipe the scene. Wait, it was like that? Super hipster, super exclusive?
I mean,
cannot be.
The only the shows I had in Oregon were at this like hotel, and I didn't have any like interviews, but it was like different. It was like more niche, like that whole what's that show? Portlandia. I've never watched it, but I get it. Like I've never watched it, but I get what it came from because it was just a different world, dude. And I was like in Southern Oregon, so I wasn't even in Portland, Oregon. I was in Medford. So it was
Medford.
It was odd.
I've only ever been to Salem, Oregon, which is the capital, I think. So I don't even know shit about Portland. It's funny that I chose Portland and you're saying that it was like that. I'm not trying to take any jabs at Portland. I don't know shit about Portland.
I did like a bar show there that got canceled, and we had like 4 people there asking us to stay.
Dang.
Yeah, it was interesting, dude. But
shout out, good job just rolling with the punches on that one, dude.
I suck at improv. I'm learning, man.
Oh no, but you're a good actor, so you were just going with it, and that's
tried.
all I needed was a little bit of authenticity.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, dude, good shit, man.
Yeah, I hope I get a call back.
Artie, thanks for coming through, man.
Thank you, dude.
Till next time, because there will be a next time.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you for coming through. I can't wait to see what you do with Everybody Eats in the future. This show's gonna be dope.
Thank you.
You guys record sets and whatnot.
We
put it out.
Might, we'll see. It depends on if the comics. I try to respect everybody's material. So yeah, I'm gonna have some cameras out there to kind of shoot the show and everything to get the memories, but I don't know if I'll be putting it out or anything like that. We'll see.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, but hey, man, we'll have more, and we'll see if we get you on.
Sounds good. Yeah, man. Dude, would love to. Whatever you got, whenever you got it. Would love to.
Dude, it'd be crazy to get you a Rex.
Oh, dude, yes. If you could alley-oop that, I mean, I would welcome him with open arms.
Dude, I'm trying to get some brownie points. That'd be crazy. No, he needs to know it, dude. He needs to see everybody that looked up to him, because I feel like, no disrespect to Joe Coy, dude, but Joe Coy took that mantle. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Rex, he got to get his cred, man. You got to give the OG his cred.
And I don't feel like he does a lot of podcasts, so I don't really see him on.
He does at all, dude.
So that'd be kind of cool to really get him in a room and like talk to him about like his life and his journey. I would love that.
Let me see what I could do, bro.
Dude, no pressure at all. I'm like super lax about like how I book this thing. Like I don't ever want to be the annoying person that's like, please do my podcast.
He's dope though. Like I feel like he'd be happy to talk with you, dude.
Okay, man.
Because like I said, man, not that he's searching for it, but like every time I talk to him, I try to remind him, like, bro, you set the table, man. Like,
oh no, man. I would not be. Yeah. It's a real thing when I say I would not be the person I am today without his comedy. Like, truly.
Yeah, it's the influence of seeing someone do it at that level, man. You know, he was our Manny Pacquiao on stage. You know, like we had him tit for tat. Luckily, that same rise with Manny was with him too, so he was able to ride that shit.
It was really cool, dude.
And yeah, man. I mean, that's OG.
Like if he could do it, I could do it type of thing. We saw ourselves in, we rarely got to see a Filipino person on stage do what they did.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
So shout out to Rex. Shout out to you, man. Really excited for what is to come for you. Before we get out of here, go ahead and look into the camera and tell my listeners where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Artie.Valenzuela. Find me also Everybody Eats Comedy. You can look up on YouTube. One Couch is our podcast. From there, you'll find the Laugh at Yourself podcast too. And that's about it. Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah. And then one more thing, just leave my listeners with a phrase of saying a piece of advice that reminds them that it can't be that bad.
Oh, dude. The thing I've been saying all day, dude. Laugh at yourself. Laugh at yourself because you'll realize life can be funny and less depressing if you're just laughing. Yeah, for sure.
Beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah.
All right, Baddies listeners, love you. I'll see you next time. You guys know where to find me. You guys know where to find the podcast because you're already here. Peace, love, and bye.
Can't be that bad.